What's going on, boys? It's Flaws, and in this video, we're going to be going over the ultimate default guide on the T side on Dust 2. Starting off with long. For that long corner smoke, what I like to do is just come to the top of this half wall right here. Just aim in the middle of this brown spot on the wall. Then you can aim and see that there's a gap in the top of the shadow. Just jump to it right at that point. That's going to fly over, hit off the wall, and do a really good job of smoking out that CT cross. Right here, come down from this shadow to the top of the wall right here, just like that. You throw some flashes to help your team actually get out towards this long position. As you can see, it spreads pretty far. Those flashes are going to come over the top as you're swinging out, fighting the CT player right here. A really good way of kind of pushing the CT back. You might put a little bit of spam out right here, but those flashes are going to full bind them, and they're either going to play inside that smoke, or they're going to fall back towards car or CT, or towards site. But the best way to deal with that is come right here, so I'll throw that smoke one more time, like this. I'll also show you what it looks like for the timing, so you just kind of come towards long here, gonna pop, you're gonna swing out right here. Your team can be throwing some flashes over top like this. You can also throw a nade inside of the smoke. You might catch some CTs that are falling back towards car. You'd be surprised how many CTs actually play inside of this, trying to make a play on you, but you can catch them with your pants down in the smoke, so it's a really good way to kind of make it awkward for the CTs to actually hold this position. But it's really good to actually throw this smoke just to help you get out towards long, and it feels like there's not a lot of counterplay for the CTs. So if you throw this smoke as well, you have a lot of time behind it where you can kind of start to set up what you want to do. So you'll find this sign right here, or you'll find this empty sign. Just throw your molly like this. Molly that car position, it spreads to that corner. And it also spreads a little bit deeper in this car, so the CTs have to play behind that window. You can also spam this window, and it does a ton of damage through it, which not a lot of people know. So once that smoke's fading, you can also kind of time it a little bit better so that molly is thrown as the smoke's fading. Spam this window out just a little bit. You might get some free kills on the CTs that are playing behind it. It actually does a lot of damage to this window, so always test that in your game if you haven't already. So right here, if you want to smoke that cross position, just come up from the left side of this tooth. Basically make it so you can't be seen by this car position, and then just aim to the height of this antenna as you're running up, so right here. And then just kind of left click throw once you get past this shadow right here. That's going to pop. You can cross with the smoke. You can see Cat a little bit there, which is great because people even get a free kill as you're swinging out. Then you can start to hit towards the site. If you want to deal with this person that likes to play in the back of site, which is pretty common as you're swinging up, what I like to do is just peek out a little bit more, aim at the top of this leaf right here. Once you get past this blue building, just a little bit, you can throw this molly, like that. It's going to do a really good job of spreading to the back of the site. It also can spread into this corner, which is really nice, so if any CTs are playing right there, it makes it really awkward for them to actually be sitting there. Then follow up with some flashes to help your team actually get onto the site, like that. Very simple stuff, but your team can be swinging with these flashes, they won't be blind, they can start to fight Cat, and get these free kills on people that are playing on the site. I think that's pretty much it for the standard stuff. If you want to smoke deep CT, just come to this corner right here, crouch down, aim to the left of this chip in the top of this concrete like this, stand up, and left click throw. You can also throw the exact same smoke by coming right here, line up in between these X blocks, aim up from this little piece that kicks out, and throw your smoke like that. They're going to do essentially the same thing. That first one lands a little bit quicker, so keep that in mind. But this is just like a really good way to take sight if you have players that are playing on Cat. They can throw flashes from here, jump out, and kind of start to take the site with you from here. So a couple different options. Also, if you want to make sure that person that's playing elevator is mollied out, once that smoke's there, you can find this little piece where it drops down on the wall right here. As you can see, it drops down. Once you find that and you're backing up onto this wall like this, you can just throw a molly right at the corner like that. It's going to do a really good job of mollying out this elevator position, and if any CTs are trying to jump onto this box, it can do a little bit of damage onto them as well. So a couple different options to take that long position and make it really easy to take the site with pretty few nades. If you're playing in that Cat position, or you just want to kind of deal with that Cat player at the start of the round, what I like to do is just come to this corner right here. Like a lot of the times, my team will start to fight this person, and it seems like they have like the upper hand on this Cat position because they can swing out, they can choose their fights a little bit better. If you don't have someone who's playing tons or knows what they're doing down there, it can be tough to actually neutralize this person and deal with them early in the round. You can lose rounds that way, so the best way I can deal with this person is follow this cross right here, aim to the right of it, run forward, and throw your smoke off like this. You can do a really good job of just kind of blocking any early aggression towards this Cat position. Although it does cost a smoke, I think it's worth it if your team's dying to this Cat person a lot. You'll also find sometimes they see this opening and they're like, oh, perfect, I can just walk right through this, right? Which they're only going to come up to this point right here. It's a really easy kill on the T side if you're aware of this. You can also just throw a nade into this. You might catch him off guard just trying to creep up a couple times. But once you feel like you've, taken this mid control, you can always just watch this as you're walking up. You can throw a molly towards Cat like this. Pretty simple stuff. Same thing with the flash. Nothing like too crazy, but just to kind of help your team start to take this Cat control and feel a little bit more comfortable in actually taking some space away from the CTs. Once you get to here, a couple people like to throw this smoke where it's in this gap right at the top of the wall. They throw this smoke, and they'll start to lurk out towards Cat. It also just makes the CTs a little bit more uneasy. They might be throwing some nades into this to try to contest it, but it lets the Ts just start to swing out a little bit closer to the site when they're actually committing to that take. From here, what you can also do is throw that flash by coming down from this window, or coming down from right here, and just making this like cross. Throw this flash. You can also throw a smoke. Maybe wait it out and then throw the flash. So throw that smoke, wait. Okay, then you throw a flash. Then you can peek with this and start to take, mid or your CT towards ramp position, right? A couple different ways you can go about taking Cat. I think both of those are pretty strong. You can also molly this goose position, which I don't see a lot of players doing, but I think it's pretty strong. So come up from the stairs, walk a couple steps towards the box, nothing crazy. And you'll see that there's this one bin right here. There's two, but just make it so you can see the one bin so you don't get opt. Aim right in the middle of the bin where it touches the top of the wall. Jump throw like that. Gonna fly over the top and molly out this goose position so that they can't just be sitting there. They're gonna be kind of cut out in the open. It's a really good way to get some free kills on people that are playing in that corner tucked away. You can also throw this just so you don't get spammed out, which I think is pretty good. Same thing when you're running up towards the site. Just throw a molly off the wall, just as long as you're aiming towards this red sign. It's going to do a really good job of spreading and making it so that players can't just be playing in the back of the site. If anyone's playing in this ramp position, it's a little tougher to actually clear out, but I would say just kind of throw some flashes to the left and make it so that your team can run up while you're dealing with this ramp player. You can also throw mollies off the back wall, but just be careful that they're not holding from here. So throw some mollies like that, help your team actually get onto the site. A couple different ways you can go about it, but that's kind of how I like to take the site from Cat. It's pretty easy, but it's very effective as well. Coming towards mid, if you want to smoke that Xbox position out at the start of the round, a couple different ways you can do it. First one right here, where we threw that Cat smoke, you can just come down to this gap right here between the roofs. The same right here and jump throw. You can throw another one from right here, backing up into this wall. You'll find this brown smudge on the wall. Just jump throw from the same spot right there. Like that. Both of those do essentially the exact same thing. Just to keep in mind that first one can spread a little bit more towards the tunnel, but it is a little bit quicker from certain spawns. If you get into the spot where you're like top mid here, I know a couple times like people will get to here and they'll get mollied out long and they'll be like, oh, okay, we can't really go long. If you want to still go towards Cat, but you don't really know how to like smoke out Xbox, you don't just want to like waste a smoke towards mid. What I like to do is just push right here to this walls covering this window. Just aim right in the middle of that window piece. Jump throw like this. It's gonna smoke out your Xbox so you can actually take it. Actually a really good smoke anyway, because it does a really good job of keeping a gap below it that you can have kind of a one-way on some CTs if they're running in towards that tunnel position. You can start to work towards Cat here. People throw flashes off the wall here. I think it's completely useless. Like, yeah, it looks fancy, it looks great, but like, in all honesty, it's probably better just to like throw a flash off the wall like this and then peek, just because if anyone's opping it or holding a tighter angle, I'd much rather that like second flash actually covers the angle that I'm peeking into. Just a couple different thoughts. If you're playing from the tunnel position, there's a lot of different nades you can throw from here. So if you want to smoke left side of mid, just come up from this piece that's sticking out like this while you're standing in the middle of this archway. Throw a smoke like that. You can follow up with a flash a little bit more to the right. Once that smoke pops, you can start to work out here. If you want to clear out this position, just throw that smoke, go like this here. The smoke's very forgiving too. It's like really hard to miss. So throw that, come to this point right here, push yourself in the corner, come down from this piece that's sticking out, and you'll find like there's this little gap right here. Just left, right click, crouch down, and throw your molly like that. It seems complicated, it's really not. Oh. For this flash, throw a little bit lower. Really surprised that it's not hitting. There we go. Interesting. So aim a little bit more to the left than I was. So just like this. Come out with that. So let me throw it one more time, like all in one, to show you it's actually pretty easy to do. So here, aim up from that piece, come back, throw your molly, like this, then follow up with a flash. I don't know what happened there. I think I just right clicked or something. I promise it's easy though. Like that. The reason you throw this molly is you can actually creep out behind it and get some free kills on people CT that don't think that you can actually be out mid. Same thing from here. You can throw the exact same molly by coming down from this like V looking thing right here to the top of the box. Throw your molly, throw a flash off the wall right here as you're swinging out. Pops. Might take a little bit of damage, but you can get out mid and fight these people in CT. From that same position on Xbox, so right here, crouch down, you'll kind of follow the right side of this corner of this 2x4. You'll see two dark splotches. There's this one, and then there's this one. Just aim at the higher one, and then stand up and jump through your smoke, throw a flash, however you want to take it. But the reason you throw this one is so that no CTs can spam above it. Keep in mind though, if there's a CT that's playing, you know, here, just always be aware of this. Like, just always check this angle as you're coming up. So here, okay, check it, good. We can start to work up, or you can just work up a little bit farther to the side, right? And then you can take it towards window, but always different options of where you're taking mid. Obviously, some people throw this one where it's like a little more standard. I don't like this one because I'll show you how big of a gap it actually is. I know this is a lot that I'm throwing at you guys, but these are like super important nades when you're taking the site. Like, that's awful, to be honest. If any Ts are running up, it's like a free kill for the CT just to sit right here and just kind of pick people off as they're coming through mid. So once again, I'll show all the nades from mid just to show you that it's pretty easy to actually throw them. So here, throw this smoke, throw a flash, okay, back up, left, right, crouch down, throw this molly, throw a flash, come out mid. It's a really good way to take mid control. You can maybe get some free picks, set up an op that's like looking towards this A position here on your T side. But it makes it really awkward for the CTs to play behind this because those flashes, those nades, they don't know if there's 5 people behind it, if there's no one behind it. A couple different ways to take it from that tunnel position. Now that we're going towards that Xbox spot, what I like to do is crouch down here. You'll find this little splotch in the wood. I promise it's a lot easier once you do this in game. Jump throw a flash. You can even throw a molly if you want. This. Another flash. Swing out through mid. As you can see there, we can start to work towards mid to B. It's not going to do a lot of damage to your team. Also, if you want to throw that, you can throw that early, then throw your smoke and everything, but very easy way to take towards mid. And I think that's pretty much it for the mid position. Going over towards B, the start of the round, there's a couple different nades you can throw. If you go towards this metal sheet right here, just make sure you're on the left side of it, so not right here, but just an extra step over. Then you can aim at the top of this dot as you're running up, here. Right before you get to this curb, just jump. Just so you land on top of it and you can keep going. That's going to land for your door position. I know it doesn't look like it on that camera, but it does actually cover this door position pretty well, so if any CTs do run through, it's very obvious to see them. Keep in mind, if any CTs are on top of this point right here, they actually can see you if you're crossing over towards cars, so just kind of aim at that. It's the only spot that they can actually see you. If anyone else is playing here, it's really hard to see anything into the site, even though it looks like they might be able to. But that's kind of a cool way just to kind of smoke out that door position. I'll show it again real quick. That one was kind of a tough spread, but let's show it one more time. Over here, jump throw. You can also drop down right here and have your teammate throw you a smoke, push into this corner. You'll find this dot on the wall, just aim to the right of it, and jump through your smoke like that. That's for the window position. Takes a little bit longer for that one to land, so up to you if you really want to use it every single round. But that door one, as you can see, lands very fast. That window one actually didn't land that time. Let me see one more time. Right here. I think it's just aim right at the dot. Maybe slightly to the right, but the reason you want to aim slightly to the right is so it doesn't hit off this piece. But it's pretty forgiving, to be honest. Like, even if I aimed right at the dot, it probably wouldn't hit that. But that lands right there in the window position. Make it so you can take that B position and take it very quickly. So I'll show it one more time. I know we're kind of getting to a long video here, but I'm just going to show it again right here. Aim to the left of this metal sheet as you're running up. Get to here, jump throw. That's for door. For window right here. Aim right at the dot. Slightly to the right, throw it like that. You throw a flash as you're running up here. Just aim basically straight up as you're running up. Throw that. Once you get right about here, that window smoke's gonna pop. You can also throw a backside molly. Try to get on top of the box. It's not like the easiest thing to do, but aim right about there. You get it to land right on top of the box, that's awesome, because it spreads really well. And if any CTs are playing behind it, you don't have a lot of room to actually work around. While you're taking the site, you can swing, get some free kills that way. I think a really good flash that people have been using is just throw it off the wall like this as you're running up. The second one, you can even aim a little bit higher. Aim at this window and throw this one. That's a little bit more for like someone playing deeper in the site that wouldn't get blinded by that first one. So they're playing like here, holding this position. That second one's going to blind them. Definitely like an option if you want to use that or not. Those are just really good flashes to actually get out into the site. You can even throw a molly here. So push into this corner like this. You can throw this molly just at the corner that kicks out like this. The reason I like this one is it actually gets both of these corners. So if anyone's playing tight in either of these corners, it's really good at clearing them out. You throw that molly, have someone post on here with an op once that smoke fades. It's really annoying for the CTs to actually sit in that corner, get mollied out, and get killed, because it's like, there's no real counterplay, especially if they already use their smoke. It's like, that kind of just sucks for them. If you want to throw a lurk smoke right here, push up against this wall, aim basically at the corner and just start walking, like aim in line with this sign that comes down here. Doesn't matter too much, just walk, throw your smoke like this. Follow up with a flash if you really want. But you can walk out with this one as well. If anyone's playing on the plat, it's like, kind of like a 50-50 gunfight, but you can just start to work out towards here, you know, work around the site, make it a little awkward for the person that's playing on the back of the site to actually not know if you're creeping out, if it's a full hit. They're kind of panicking at this point, right? So a couple different options to take B. I hope this helped you guys out. If you guys have any questions on what nades I threw or any other nades that you're kind of hoping to see, let me know in the comments down below, but otherwise I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.